Hey Counter Slammers, we're back this week with an epic live game. Player 1 this week is Eric, who's bringing Epic Saren and Rias, Zuriel, a Scythian, a Nephilim Protector, a Nephilim Bolt Thrower, a Shredder, a unit of the Nis Swordsman and the UA, Black Frost Shard, 2 Spell Martyrs, and the Swamp Gobbers crew.
Are you trying to get me?
Player 2 this week is Jeremy, who's bringing Epic Chromac, a Druid Wilder, a Warpwolf Stalker, a Riphorn Satyr, Gnarlhorn Satyr, a Shadowhorn Satyr, a Gorax, the Druids of Orboros with an Overseer, and 2 units of the Shifting Stones with a Stonekeeper. The scenario this week is Destruction. If you dominate the zone, you get 2 control points. If you control it, you get 1 point. And if you destroy the enemy objective, you get 1 control point. The way you win, you get 5 control points or assassinate the other person's Warlock or Warcaster. Eric's objective is an Arcane Wonder, and Jeremy's is Fuel Cache. Let's see what our players had to say before the game. Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of Counter Slam. This week I'm going to be taking on Jeremy. We're going to be playing the 10th anniversary Hordes casters against each other. I'm going to be playing Rice and Saren, the twins, and Jeremy's going to be playing Chromac. If you ask me which casters I want to play against Rice and Saren with, Chromac honestly is one of the last ones I want to play. He is a monster, and everything he brings he turns into monsters. Now, Rice and Saren, on the other hand, are pretty good assassination pieces, and as long as you give them the right tools, I think if you can safely get them to the field, then they can bring the powerhouse to him. So I'm going to take some stuff that's fearless. Some stuff I have isn't, but it should be okay. Yeah, and the twins, you know, as I said, the hitting power between them and their beast should hopefully be enough to knock Chromac down a bit. And maybe I can get a crit decapitation off, something, do some serious damage, and show Jeremy exactly what these strings are capable of. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the game, and Jeremy, good luck.
Hey, Counter Slammers, welcome back. I know it's been a really long time, so we're going to be playing like Rias and Saren versus Epic Chromac, which is going to be super fun, and I'm really looking forward to Epic Chromac. He is a ton of fun and a really amazing warcaster so far. I'm going to be running like a really beast-heavy list with pretty much the only infantry in it is going to be druids. And it's the way that a lot of people are talking about running it right now, but I'm going to be doing it slightly differently because it's going to be mostly satyrs and of course always one stalker, because I can't imagine going out to battle without Chromac taking a stalker for sprint, because that would just be crazy. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a really interesting game. I'm looking forward to seeing what Rias and Saren can do on the table against Chromac, and wondering whether or not Rias has it in her to assassinate Chromac. I don't think she will. Ready? Hey, welcome back, Counter Slammers. This is Jeremy here. We're about to get the game rolling in just a second. Eric and I already rolled off and deployed, and I'm going to be going first, so guess I'll go ahead and get right on that. So let's see here. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and advance up my druids. Let's see here. Now,
By the way, we've got Joyce chatting live, typing live, so if you guys want to chat with her, you're more than welcome to. Of course, as always, we've got our cool little table can, which... oops. So we got a cool little, of course, our table cam, which gets our up-close shots. Suppose you want to show that. There we go. Kind of see what's going on the table. Hopefully we give you guys a good game to kind of see what the new casters are made of. Hopefully it doesn't end up going too badly for either one of us.
Right.
We like it to be a good game, of course, as always. But you never know. It could be a really quick game. And you guys definitely want to stick around after the game. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to chat, talk about our list, talk about the new casters, what we've been seeing coming out with them, what we think could work with them, and all kinds of stuff. So looking forward to that, too.
Yep. All of that. Alrighty then. So let's check my command range. So, let's see. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and cast Elemental Protection, just in case you somehow miraculously find a way to get what's his face all the way up here.
Zuriel?
Zuriel, yeah. Not that I think that it's super likely you'll get him all the way up here, but better safe than sorry.
Why for are you worried about that?
I don't know. 8-inch fire sprays seem a lot less good when I can't be damaged by fire. And they won't do a lot, although. So, but I'll just go ahead and do it anyway. Go and hit some clouds.
No, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and time the game because why not?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about starting that up.
I think the battery's getting low because when I turned it on, it was set to 5 minutes instead of the.
Okay then.
I
Go
guess we don't
ahead.
need it to be an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't want to do that long.
Probably does not need to be that long. No. All right, so let's go ahead and activate my Shadowhorn Satyr here. He's going to go ahead and force to run, and up he goes. So 6.
Yeah, we're playing with the clock, but I don't think either one of us really expects this game to go that far.
Not especially, no.
These are both lists that like to move fairly quickly.
I'm gonna turn him around. We'll do butt facing.
Okay.
So he doesn't just fall off the hill.
Yes, auto backstrike. No, okay.
Ah, damn! I shouldn't have done that. I was a terrible idea. All right. Go ahead and activate the Gnarlhorn next. He's gonna go ahead and rile for 1 and force to run. And he's gonna go up as well. So let's see. 6. And just get right up there, fella. And turn a bit that way. There's his Tomb Fury. Riphorn's going to go next. He's going to just rile for 1, and then he runs for free, which is always pretty sweet, so let's go ahead and get him just right up to here. Whatever. Just run right up behind his buddy there. Go ahead and activate the small unit of shifting stones, and they will shift themselves. So we'll put 1 here. And 1 there. And space them a little better. Okay. They'll go there. Next, we're going to go ahead and activate the large unit of shifting stones. They will place themselves as well. I'm going to put 1 up here. 1 up here. Right behind that. What's the range on your bolt thrower?
12. 12 inches.
And he's speed 6.
Speed 6.
And power what?
14.
14. Ooh, let's start a little bit high. Alright, let's be a little more conservative with that stone then. Alright, you can go over there, I think. And that stone can go there. Alright. And this stone in the back will shift up next. Like so. Okay, next, Chromac's going to go ahead and activate. He's going to spend 3 to cast Aggravator on himself. So his War Beast in his control area gain Hyper Aggressive. And then he's going to, then he's going to spend 2 and cast Awakened Spirit on himself. Or not on himself, on the Warpwolf Stalker there.
What's Awakened Spirit do?
So Awakened Spirit allows the Warpwolf Stalker to use its Animus without being forced once a turn.
Gotcha.
And then he's going to go ahead and try to charge that thing next to the bolt or the next to the protector.
Gotcha.
What is that?
Second?
No, this. It's the Gobber. There you go. Yeah.
Gobber.
Yeah, it's a Gobber. So I'm going to try to charge that Gobber. And just get right up.
You failed to charge.
I did actually.
Actually, if you want to measure your, what's your melee range?
It's 2 inches.
Yeah.
I might be a little out.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Oh well. Again, not because. So I'm going to go ahead and next activate the Stalker. Not that it really matters, but he's going to go ahead and warp for Prowl, and then I'm going to go ahead and put, or have him force for 1 to run.
Okay.
And he's just going to come running up this way. All right. Hang out there.
Okay.
And now
Gorax doesn't have to move. You can leave him there if you want.
the Gorax will go ahead and also force to run, and he's just going to run his 10 inches right up here.
If you guys have any problems hearing us, let us know, because we've got our mic sitting a little bit of ways away, but it's a pretty sensitive mic, so hopefully it's okay. So just let us know.
I'm sure I can always be louder.
Yeah, I'm not worried about them hearing you. I'm worried about them hearing me.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so yeah, so my turn now. The overhead there. Hey, Jose, you switch to the overhead. All right. Swap list.
This is a Shadowhorn, yes. That's a Gnarlhorn. Riphorn. Yes, I have all 3 varieties of Satyr.
All right.
The only variety of Satyr I don't have is old.
They're poking you because it's all painted.
Yes, it is.
9. 12. We'll do this spell martyr. We'll run over here. My swordsman will go ahead and run.
Overhead cam doesn't look super hot.
What was that?
Overhead cam doesn't look super hot.
This one?
It's fine for now.
Oh,
I'm
that
just-
one or this one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
This one? What do you mean? Just kind of blurry?
The angle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
The
it's
center table looks really nice. It comes in. We might want to move it a little bit closer. This is where I think the pain in the ass setup was better.
yeah.
The overhead shot.
Well, yeah.
Oh, we can't have everything we want, right?
Right over the table.
These guys will move up. They will do their stealth.
Okay.
What? Something Legion has stealth?
They have to cast it. It's a spell.
Do you think I'm going to scare the Black Frost Shard this game? They're the only things I can scare.
Yes.
Oh, I could scare the Gobbers, I suppose. If I'm scaring the Gobbers.
That minion mercenary unit is not a unit. They're solos.
The solos, yeah, that you get 3 of for 2 points.
Yeah. That's. This should have been a unit. That would have been great in Chain Gang.
Would have been really funny.
Okay, so
What they need is like gang with each other.
Yeah.
Do you know this person in real life? Geek Lord?
with your
1993?
was it unnatural
Is he the
aggression?
only person
These
on?
guys?
They have hyper aggressive, so if they are hit by an enemy attack, they can advance directly toward the model that hit them.
And that's immediately?
Yes. They can choose to do that immediately.
Okay. I'm gonna try to take a shot at this little druid back here.
That druid?
Yeah, I'm gonna be just out.
Okay.
So
Just out for a little ways, but yes.
go ahead and run and rile this guy for 2. We will. Let's go ahead and move up to Gobbers. We'll drop the cloud. Try to get the side in there too. That's not really going to matter.
You know, I have not really actually played against Zuriel. Can I
Really?
borrow his card?
No.
How to be
He's
a jerk.
Stealth arc node.
Yes, he is a stealth arc node. I do remember that at the moment.
We'll have this guy move up to 6.
Gunfighter, Nihilist Sight,
Yeah.
Flight,
Have the casters go ahead and go.
chain attack, charm, predators,
Rice is
instinct.
going to
Additional
put up
9 attack rolls against non-warcaster, non-warlock warrior models. Interesting.
onslaughts and
Mat 7, POW 16. Got any strength buffs in there?
we don't have a strength bust. This is Legion.
Yeah, you guys definitely shouldn't get a primal thing either. That'd be totally broken.
Yeah, I know.
That's the next thing they're getting.
She will put.
I want a primal and archangel. That'd be
What?
funny.
It's alright. As long as you guys don't get a beast handler unit, I'll be fine.
She's gonna put psychic vampire up. She's got blight ward on the, or banishing ward on those guys. And so that's 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Six. We'll make him go rabid and put tenacity on Scythian. And that would be my first turn. Or second. Yeah, my first turn.
Okay. So, let's see here. First thing first, I'm going to use Serenity to remove 1 Fury from the Gorax. And then I will collect the remaining 5 Fury from my War Beasts. Putting me back at 7. Let's see. I'm definitely going to be upkeeping that. What is their mat?
Their mat is 7.
And they are POW 11.
POW 11 Weapon Master.
Alright. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and also upkeep Aggravator. And those clouds are gone, but it's going
That's
to be
fine if you want
a
to.
pain in the butt to remove them. So I'll wait a minute on that. These are gone. Alright. Let's see. Okay. So first, we'll go ahead and activate yeah, go ahead and activate the druids. They're going to advance. Actually, 1 second. Let me see something. 14. So what are all their spells again? I always forget they have so many.
Who, the girls?
Yeah.
Rice has Onslaught, Flashing Blade, and Occultation.
Okay.
Onslaught just gives them Pathfinder when they charge. It's everything in their control area.
Right.
Saren has Banishing Ward, Blood Rain, Marked for Death, -2 defense, and lose Stealth and Incorporeal. And I can charge you regardless of line of sight. Or attack you regardless of line of sight. Psychic Vampire, cast a spell in their control area, you take point damage. And then Razor Wind, POW 12.
Is Psychic Vampire up?
Yes.
Oh. That changes what I want to do. I forgot that they had that spell, and I'm glad that I asked
No,
about
seriously, put down your clouds again. I really need you to.
that. What's her control area?
14,
14 inches. Okay, where is she?
right there.
Alrighty then, let's think about that a little bit. Silly, silly. I don't have a lot of room to play with then, do I? Alright. Go ahead and lock you up to there. We'll see. Probably gonna end up being too close.
what?
Who is this? Do we know this person in real life?
Probably not. It's because of the fact that he lifted his hand. He took his hand off, then measured his control area, and then moved his model afterwards because he took his hand off of it. And then measured.
Yeah, don't be cheating, Jeremy.
I'm pretty sure that's not a rule.
Why? What did
Look.
I do?
Oh.
What did I do to cheat now?
This person's like ribbing on us.
And of course, this is obviously a friendly game. This isn't a tournament game. We'll get to those later. This is a friendly game between friends. It's not, yes, there may come a time when someone's like, "Oh, you can't take that back."
Right.
But here we're friends. We can take it back. It's okay. As long as it's not like game breaking, no one of us are gonna.
Actually, no. You can go there. Okay. This druid is gonna walk up to here, and that druid is probably more or less fine.
I
where
met
he
him
is.
at War Machine Weekend, and he cost me a win. Well, I wasn't at War Machine Weekend, so you don't know who you're fucking talking about. You're talking about the wrong person because I wasn't at War Machine Weekend.
Yeah, Jose wasn't
So
at War
now,
Machine
Not
Weekend.
only are you a liar, but you're also incorrect.
Incorrect. Okay, they're all gonna move up there. I'm gonna go ahead and counter magic. He's outside of the bubble.
Are you sure?
Elemental protection.
Actually, I'll wait until you guys uncast your spells, then we'll measure see which ones are dead.
Okay, this one's gonna cast Vortex.
And immediately die.
Okay, well, does he take the damage before or after the spell happens?
He takes. When any model casts a spell using my while in this model's control area, then any model suffers 1 damage point, and this model heals 1 damage point. So I'm gonna guess it's you have to actually cast the spell.
So alright, he's gonna cast this. Does he die?
I don't know. I can't see.
I think I'm just out. I think I'm like just out of it.
You're talking about somebody else.
All right. That is as far as it'll go. That is at the edge of her base.
There's no way that somebody looks like
Okay, then I'm just out of it. That was a hugely amazing accident, but good job, little druid guy.
There are a lot of people in this community.
I don't even, nobody like. Yeah,
Okay then. So this druid then is gonna go ahead and
Sure I do.
let's see, what's their defense and armor?
14, 13.
14, 13. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and force bolt that guy.
They have banishing ward up.
Oh, they do have banishing ward up, so I can't cast that at them.
I
You
think
are
Elijah
correct.
Wood or Daniel Creed when I shaved.
All right, I'm gonna try to force. So wait, can they be targeted by spells?
They came into this way.
Then I'm gonna try to force bolt that one.
Which is fine by me, because, Daniel
Which
Creed
is
is
10
fucking
inches.
so-
Oh yeah, you got it.
All right,
His defense 15 in the forest, so you need 8.
I need an 8.
Better
All
than
right.
Elijah Wood, though.
Nope.
Oh, just barely. Barely
Almost.
missed.
Like a hobbit.
You're like anything blue eyes.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and have
Anything else to say?
this druid cast a vortex. Okay, he's dead.
Okay.
Good job, druid.
And I heal a oh, I haven't taken any damage. Okay.
That druid will just hang out where he is. And be.
He doesn't want to cast something too?
No, he's gonna be.
Oh, come on,
he's
please,
good. He's good. No,
please.
he's totally okay. He's
Fine.
he's fine. Alrighty then. Let's check. 4. Probably 4 that I really am comfortable with. Scythian's defense is what?
12. Well, depends on what you're trying to hit him with, because he's in a cloud and he's got tenacity up. So
But his base defense is just 12.
base defense is 11, and but he's got 12 with tenacity,
Oh, okay.
14 in the cloud.
Alright.
You got 11 in
Let's live Moss. Play dangerously.
that. Yes, we're gonna live dangerously, people.
Defense what again?
Their defense 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate the satyr. He's the Shadowhorn satyr here. He's gonna go ahead and advance. Not that it really notice that much, but sure. He's going to go ahead and advance 6 inches to get to right about there. And then he's going to force
That's
for
gotta be somebody we
bounding
know.
leap
Right?
and jump himself
That's what I was thinking. This would be
Right.
And that's why they messed up.
there.
Because I said something they thought I would have gone to, but I didn't go to.
Okay, so Judo Goat's going to end up right there.
I got that. King.
Oh, I've done this badly. I've already messed up. I activated that in the wrong order.
Yes! I'm gonna win!
Yep, that's really bad. I meant to activate that first to give it sprint. Ooh. Fantastic. Okay,
Spriggy.
so I'm going to go ahead and attack
Okay.
one of those guys now.
Defense 14?
Yeah,
In which guy in particular do you care?
we'll take that one.
Okay. What's your map?
It's 6, so we'll
6.
boost. Needing an 8. Nope.
Okay.
Off to a good start.
Second attack,
Second
right?
attack, same guy. Got him.
Hits. What's POW?
POW is 13, so
Okay, can't not die.
yeah. Even the Judo Goat will kill that.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Judo Goat will go ahead and make his third initial attack and boost that as well. I got him.
Okay.
Yep. Bad plays are bad. Okay. That's fine. I can still deal with this.
Remember, definitely not, but how did I cost you the game? How did I cost you the game?
Okay.
Is this the Cyclops brute guy? Get over it, dude. I made a mistake.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and activate the small unit of shifting stones. They're going to shift Chromac. Probably throwing good money after bad here at this moment. I almost certainly am throwing good money after bad right now, but we'll see. So he's gonna get himself right up there. I still have that. Damn it. Go ahead and activate this goat. He's going to.
What's on him?
That's aggravator. That's
What's-
the when it's hyper aggressive for all my beasts.
Okay.
And I'm not quite screwed that up, so that's good. He's gonna go ahead and
Yeah, that's
activate and walk up to here.
He picks up his dice for you. That's Jason. That's Jason.
Oh, apparently Jason's watching us too. Hey, Jason, what's going on, brother?
So he's just gonna walk and be done. He's gonna go ahead and activate next, and let's see. We'll go ahead and okay. He's just gonna go ahead and run and get himself right up here.
And you can't do it on the show. We have the dice cam.
Gorax will go ahead and activate. It's gonna force to run.
Say hi, Jason.
Oh,
Get right up here. Stalker's gonna activate. It's gonna warp for Problem, I guess. Because why not?
It's
And
Jason.
it's gonna trundle up to here.
Hey Jason, tell your kids to put some clothes on.
Then I'm gonna activate the large set of stones, and they're going to shift. It's over there.
I'm getting trolled by hosts of the show.
That's the way it works, man.
I need that picture. The one that's on that one's an obvious troll is
Obvious.
Obvious troll is obvious.
Ooh.
Yes, that would probably work. Okay. And I'm going to activate Chromac. He's going to go ahead and spend 3 to cast Primal Howl on himself.
Take a point.
Take a point, yep.
Yes! Not a flawless game! Woo!
And then I'll be done.
What did you put on him?
Primal Howl. So, living models suffer -2 to their attack rolls while within 4 inches of him, and -2 when they make command checks.
Okay. Well, I don't have to worry about that. Alright, so...
That Black Frost Shard wanders over here.
Sorry. Forgot to look at the overhead first.
Alright. My bad.
Alright, try that. See how that looks. Does that look good?
Whoa.
Yeah. Sorry for the motion sickness, folks.
Give some
It
love
happens.
to JL
Yeah, tell me to
Divey.
go to. Huh?
Give some love to JL Divey.
Diley?
Just
Oh, that's Josh.
Oh,
say it. Tell me you love him.
no.
Josh is my friend.
I refuse.
Alright,
Say
I'm
it.
gonna keep Onslaught. I'll keep Banishing Ward. And the other one as well. I'm actually going to cut Siren for one because I forgot to. I didn't put enough Fury on the table. So, okay. Clouds go away.
Actually, I had a much better plan for that turn than that, so it's going to be interesting to see whether or not I win, or whether or not I lose right now, which may very, very well happen.
Now it's within 9 inches of the leader that it can't cast spells?
Within 9 inches of that guy, yeah.
Okay.
You can't target any of my models within 9 inches of him.
Oh no. How does it read? Like,
Oh, actually, sorry, it's only 8 inches at the moment, because there's one druid dead. It's, yeah. Models within 3 inches plus 1 inch for each other model of in the unit cannot cast spells, and my models in that area cannot be targeted by spells.
Can I ask if your caster is in that bubble at the moment?
No, he would have been in, but I forgot. Well, he would have been in, but that
The one
druid's,
guy was
that druid's
okay.
dead, so he's
Okay.
out of it.
All right. Okay. And this is where the twins are really interesting because there's so much that they can do, like, and you have to kind of plan out in advance what they're going to do. Like, they're actually a lot more difficult to play than normal. So I can't target a model that is within 8 inches of them with spell.
Or wait, 8 inches of that guy, yeah.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna guess he's in that. So,
Yes.
oh yeah. With counter charge and counter slam, you have to target the model that moved, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's the only one with the counter charge, right?
Counter slam, yeah.
Counter slam.
It hasn't happened yet.
Shameless plug!
It hasn't happened yet. You can't plug it until it happens.
Alright, moving him up there. He's going to try and take a shot at Chromac. Gonna boost a hit.
What's your defense?
Chromac?
Yep.
Defense 14.
14. I'm a rat 6. No, rat 5. 9's hit.
Got it.
Hit, and you are knocked down, and you're pushed an inch away.
Alright. I have to take your word for it because I can't see where the rest of those dice look like.
It was a 665, so I'm gonna boost the damage too, because why not?
Don't pick him up too fast. He does it on the show all the time.
What? I don't know. Okay.
Damn you, Jason.
You
what's
just won
your-
the game in the way that I win
One
the games all the
time.
time. So
One time.
good job. 18.
18 minus 4.
Still never gonna let me live that down.
It's a 5, so 9
mad,
damage.
too.
Go ahead and take it.
That's why I use casino dice now. There's no mistaking what it is that I'm throwing.
Right?
No more of that keyboard shop or Chessex dice.
Yeah, might be a shorter game than I thought. I'll go ahead and charge Zuriel at this guy.
Okay.
You want to check if I'm within 4?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you mean charge this guy with Zuriel?
Zuriel. What did I say?
No, you said I'm gonna charge
Alright, what is Zuriel's mat?
He's 6.
He's mat 6?
Yeah. So it goes to map 4.
Zuriel with this guy.
No. Well, yes, he goes to mat 4. My satyr is defense 15 against charges.
Okay. Also, does he have
Yeah,
that
it's
spell
reversal.
is against living models or infantry
living
models?
models.
Not infantry, just not infantry models.
Yeah, the command check part of it only applies to
Just
warrior
infantry.
models.
Okay. Okay.
So you need an 11.
11. No.
Alright, can he be knocked down?
Yes.
Alright, he is immediately knocked down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Models with flight can't be knocked down.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they
Can
can.
they?
It's serpentine.
Serpentine models
Oh,
can't be knocked down.
serpentine, sorry. My bad. Yeah, that sucks.
Right, I might live now.
Okay, so planning.
You know what's really funny about this, Jeremy? Is you told him that this is exactly what you were going to do before the game started.
I did.
All right. So the one's gonna put down stealth. No, I don't need stealth. We'll
Damn.
do.
Not quite close enough.
I'm gonna try and put Kissalolis on him.
Yeah. You didn't quite push him far enough that he got back in the bubble. You got
So
him.
hits. Work it down.
That would have been funny though.
So Lilith. Then they can't be targeted, so but I might be out of range for the other guys. Let's do their ice. Is it ice cave? No, they have a
Frostbolt.
ice bolt. Yeah. It's a pound 12. Okay, so within 10 inches, which is gonna be out, and you're gonna be out.
Okay.
So, this is gonna be tough, but might work.
Alright, just move this out of the way real quick because I imagine things are going to want to stand
Yeah.
in that spot in a second.
Yeah, probably all over there. Sorry, I'm assessing what I'm gonna do here.
That's okay.
It's gonna matter. So
That is perfectly okay.
It's really ugly.
You know what I think Chromac 2 does most for Circle? It takes away a part of the learning curve.
This is true. I think he's a simpler caster than most of our others to actually learn how to play in.
Yeah, he's so... But I mean, he's also going to have a lot of other synergies outside of that as well.
All right, these guys are gonna activate next.
Okay.
They're gonna do run charge order. This one's gonna try and charge him.
Okay, so you have to no reach, right? So you got to make
No.
a charge along. Okay, I think yeah, you can definitely do that. You can make that charge and end up right around there.
This one's gonna go up here. Sorry.
Okay.
This one's gonna go after the stone.
Okay.
This one's gonna go
Charge and judo goat.
judo goat.
Oh, they have to make a command. Oh, they're fearless.
So we'll charge after that goat.
I've avoided dying before by things charging me and having to make command checks and failing.
It's gonna run here. This one's gonna charge him.
Yeah. As it should.
And leader is gonna go up here.
And one more swordsman. Two more
Oh,
swordsmen. They
sorry.
should probably run somewhere.
Yeah. This one will charge it Chromac that way.
Yeah.
Which is
Sure.
on top of all that garbage. And then this one will go after other goat boy.
But he's gonna be short.
Gonna be short. Okay. So let's worry about
Three
Chromac.
auto-hitting POW 11 Weapon Master attacks against Chromac. So they're all gonna be dice -7.
Well, let's go ahead and work our way around because obviously transfers could be a big deal here. So he's gonna attack
There's,
him
there's
first.
no fury on anything except him. So.
That's fine. What's his defense?
Alright, his defense is 12.
12. So 6 is hits.
No.
That one, oh, he
He
missed.
failed. These two attack
These
the
two
judo
on him.
goat. Okay, judo goat's defense 15. They are mat 7 base, so they're mat 5. So they need 11s, or no, they need
No.
10s. And he's knocked down. And he's knocked down. Just put one of those right there.
Okay, one on the stone. Auto hits.
Auto hits -7.
In case he's asking.
Or-
So that's 8,
one.
9. Yep, dead.
I think he's asking.
All right, he gets to advance and make an inch and make another attack.
Would you like one of these honkies?
Sorry, he can fit right there. So
Okay.
auto hit.
-7.
Which is actually really annoying.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
Has good late game potential.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, the other 3 auto hits.
You can derive most feet turns.
Mm-hmm.
-7, so an 8 damage.
Transfer it.
8 to the 5.
Go ahead and give it to. We'll give it to him. What the shit? Okay.
Okay, so we got the 4 attacks or 3 attacks on him as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so -7.
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow. 2 more. Oh, did we take into back Kiss of Lilith?
Oh no. So
So
2 more.
2 more. Sorry.
And what was? Did you know? Do you remember what you rolled there? Does someone want to look that up?
It was like a 5, so it would have been. So. Yeah.
So it still is. So. Okay.
Did
That was him, and that was that guy.
he did hit one time. I did hit him with this guy too. So would he have 2 more damage on him at that point? I
No,
don't know.
you did 9 damage to my caster. I put it on him.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Let's make sure that we counted it. That's all. I wasn't thinking about that. Okay, so the other 2. So 3 damage.
I'll take that.
That's 3. guess.
Oh no, actually that's 5 damage.
5
I can't
damage,
take.
sorry. You have to transfer it, or?
I have to take that. I have to transfer that. So I'm dead.
1.
Alright, go ahead and roll an 8. Well, actually, no, roll a 6. You roll a 6 on 4 dice. You have one more attack. Roll a 6 on 4 dice.
I don't think I have one more attack, though.
That was that guy who just made the attack.
Oh, because there were 3.
Alright, good game.
That'll be the game. Alright, Eric victory.
I didn't realize that was the. Alright, so. I got you. Oh no. Yeah, it was on. It's on.
Okay, well, no, I just turned it back on, so.
We are professionals. We are professionals.
It's been so long
Live
since
show.
we've done the show live. It's one of those things that's, it can be a little, a little tricky sometimes. You're like, "Ooh, where are the shortcuts? I forget, And then when, your production guy gets up to look at the chat half the game. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. It was kind of, it was a short game. Obviously, of course, the knockdown thing happened,
Yeah.
and that was that's kind of what I was hoping would be the case. It's the one. There's 2 reasons why I like taking the bolt thrower on that list. One, because obviously giving Rice and Saren, flight can help them get over obstacles, things like that, which is really good. Plus, the spell that they have, Mark for Death, lets them ignore line of sight when charging, so they can actually ignore force for line of sight and things like that, which is cool too. So.
Right.
But also, of course, the effect of knocking down a caster, then helps you be able to get up there and get a chance to get the kill. So.
Right. And yeah, being a circle player, I've won lots of games, even with this list, but just I fish for a knockdown and I get it, and then just win a game all of a sudden that I wasn't doing well in. So
Sure.
So yeah, it was pretty fast. It happened.
That was really fast.
So yeah, like I said, that game went in a totally different direction than the way I thought I was going to go. Mostly because I got ahead of myself. I got kind of excited about what I was doing, and I forgot to activate the stalker first and put sprint on, because the way that I was going to go before was basically everything else was going to do exactly what it did, except for Chromac and that satyr.
Mm-hmm.
And the satyr was going to kill 2 guys if he could manage it, and then back up 6 inches, and Chromac was going to stand on the hill behind him. So then your bolt thrower would have needed 11s to hit me, and a crit then would have been really hard to get, and I would have been so much further away from all of your stuff that I wouldn't have been able to be charged by your whole army. So
What I roll, like a 17 on that hit roll? That was crazy.
So that one would have still got me, but if you bolt thrower, knock me down and I'm back there on that hill, then you don't kill me. So
you're still out of range.
and I also figured, it was a risky call to put Chromac up there anyway, but I figured it was a risky call and a highly aggressive one, but I was pretty sure that I could do it safely. Odds were fairly good that I would lose the goat at some point in there, just because you had so many things to throw at it that I probably couldn't count on you to miss all of the attacks against, all the initial attacks against it. I already put my Gnarl Horn there to make a counter slam, but I figured you could easily stop that, which you did. And but I figured as long as I didn't get knocked down, which is not super high odds.
I didn't have. That was the only thing I had that could have.
Well, yeah, and you need
Got it.
9s.
Yeah.
You need a 9 to knock me down, and it has to be a crit, and a crit when you need 9s is
And I didn't push
fairly-
it 3 inches away too. which
fairly low
helped.
odds. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also ended up outside of the magic bubble, which was kind of bad. But anyway, if that hadn't happened, then all those guys that charged me would have needed 9s to hit me,
yeah.
and
that would have been rough.
then I almost certainly would have lived through that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, and then if I live through that and all I lose is the goat, then I feel like I'm in a really good position.
And we talked before too that spell that you have affects the twins, because they too would lose 2 to their mat as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's really good against hordes, because in almost every hordes army, every model is living.
Mhm.
With the occasional construct and undead model thrown in there, but it's also strangely good against War Machine, because even though it doesn't really affect Jax, it still affects infantry models. And like I said, actually, when those guys came charging into me, I played against a Menoth player, and he was playing what's her face, the one with Grievous Thyra.
Yeah.
Thyra,
He was playing Thyra, and like he delivered like a Grievous Wounds avatar to Chromac, but because it was standing in the clouds, it didn't quite hit me enough to kill me, but it left me real low. And then the next turn, he got a daughter to me, and like she rolled to hit, and then I only had 1 point left, and they had Grievous Wounds, and he was just going to anatomical precision me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, actually, she has to make a command check, and they're only like command 8,
Yeah.
and so then they were only command 6, and then she failed. The whole unit broke, and so I didn't die. So like I said, like against War Machine non-fearless infantry, when they charge Chromac, that part can really help.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, you've played more games with Cormac than I have with the Twins, at least against other people.
True.
I do a lot of play testing with my own armies.
it was the shortest game of Chromac I've ever actually had.
But
Wow, that was 45 minutes. That was a 45-minute game.
Yeah, it was very short.
so, like, but what do you think about Cormac? Like, where does he stand in your faction? Do you think? I mean, and what are some?
Well, he's really good, I think, because he does a couple of things that are like really big for the faction. First, he allows beasts to be accurate and hit real hard without needing to have a Gorax. Like, I have a Gorax in this list, but it's because the majority of my beasts in this list are satyrs. So their natural hitting power is lower, and I have the satyrs in there I have the Gorax in there just to make sure they can kill like real tough heavies.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were running in Warp Wolves, I don't really think I need a Gorax at all, because they already hit pretty hard. And that's a really nice thing, because that frees up 4 points that you can trade out for other things. And for instance, in the list that I built with him that I was playing that had Warp Wolves, I just traded out those 4 points for Lord of the Feast. And Lord of the Feast with Carnage is really silly.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Yeah, he teleports into funny places and kills things. Plus, he's another source of terror. So, and then like if you can get one member of a unit inside of that 4 inches of Chromac, then the whole unit loses 2 command when they make command checks.
Now, do you
So
have
if I force command checks from other models, they still are at -2 command.
your Tharn are terror as well, right?
No, but Skinwalkers are terror,
Skinwalkers,
and
okay.
Getterix is terror. And I actually built a list with all of
All
those
terror.
things in it, and it was just
I have a
just
Crix list that does the same
forced
thing.
people to make a lot of terror checks.
Yeah, yeah.
We could potentially also take Maximus, and he's got Abomination,
Yeah, he's
so
got
we could also
Abomination.
do that too. But anyway, so he's
Now, Abomination's within 3.
yeah, and it can also affect my stuff, so I have to be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah.
But he also makes a lot of, so that's the first thing that he does, is like he allows beasts to hit really like hard and accurately without needing a Gorax. And the second thing that he really does for the faction is because of like Awakened Spirit and Carnage and that Primal Howl, he can turn on like beasts, allow them to use their niche Atomi when it's really useful to them, and then also like protect beasts, like right there, like with the Shadowhorn. Like if you didn't have Psychic Vampire, and actually I probably should have done this anyway, I just lost that druid. My original plan, when I forgot that you didn't have that, was just to walk a druid forward and have him put down a cloud and have the goat sprint behind the cloud. And then he would have been defense 17. Well, you would have just been Mat 2 against defense 15, but effectively he would have been like defense 19 against your charge attack, and it'd be really silly.
Wow.
But so like he can protect beasts really well. He can turn them on, and he can let them use their animus, which is really good for things like the Riphorn Satyr, being able to use its animus for free. It can use Bulldoze and then run around and do that without having to give up 2 Fury to do
That's
it.
cool.
The Scarsfell Griffin, which is kind of universally loathed by Circle players, is actually really good with Chromac, because you can give him +2 to hit, and he can use his animus for parry for free. So he can then charge over the top of everything, not taking any free strikes, and be Mat 8 when he
It
gets
becomes
there.
like the Shrike for Crix.
Yeah. Well, and then
The
we
trample
also
attack,
have the one that the Shrike is like the Warjack version of.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is, but yeah, so I think he's really interesting for the faction. And the cool thing is, just Carnage is just so good in this faction that you can build him to just run beasts and run a lot of beasts really effectively, and it's a good solid list. But you can also just build him with like a couple beasts and just a ton of infantry.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Because like you
He's
can
in
make
there.
Mat 8 Skinwalkers, Mat, like when they charge, they can be Ravagers can be Mat 11 on a charge,
Wow.
Mat 9 on not a charge. like the funny thing is that Carnage makes it so that a lot of our units, which don't really need to hit buffs most of the time, to just hit standard things because they have ways to do it, like they have Gang, or they have Prey, or they have Powerful Charge. But when you give them Carnage on top of that, now they go from being able to hit most like standard things to being able to hit the really high defense stuff.
And that's scary. I tell you what, the thing about Cormac, even just seeing like his stats, his cards, like he is a scary friggin' caster, especially with Carnage and that ability where he drops through your defense and your, like, oh my gosh.
Well,
brings
he
a lot to
also
the table
has,
for that.
Yeah.
he also has, and this is really funny. He also has
He brings
Heart
something
Eater.
new.
Heart
he
Eater.
brings something new to the table for Circle.
He does.
Which
Like-
is...
like
It's not the runaway,
a
right?
front
No,
line,
no, no, no.
a front line
Yeah,
in your face caster.
absolutely.
More so than any other caster.
but
in the
also with a
faction.
lot of versatility, not just you don't have to, like you just said, you don't have to run him beast heavy. You can run him beast heavy or infantry heavy. Both ways are going to be just as scary and just as effective.
He's sort of like, he reminds me a lot of Abby 2, but really, but in essence, Abby 2, even if she could run a ton of infantry as well, like if she had
Yeah.
her choice. And that's what's really cool about him. I think he's just such a great all-in caster, which I think compared to the twins right now is the exact opposite, because like the things you don't see taking with the twins, people building lists, are Carnivians. You don't see, like, because you can't afford 11 points. Like 11 points is way too much for a beast in that list, because you need support.
Which is
you need
really rough.
you need screening. And I was talking to Jason about this a little bit the other night. Hey, Jason, by the way, trolling us on
Troll.
our own show.
An obvious troll is so
Troll.
obvious.
Yeah. But like what I was talking to him about was the fact that you have to bring so much support with them that you can't focus on taking things that you would like to take. Like it's weird because you can take almost anything with them and they can benefit from whatever you bring to the table. But I guess what it comes down to is they don't feel right now like very fun to play. Like, I know obviously we didn't get a chance to really get the twins involved in anything here in this game, but like the games that I have played, like letting Rice do the work and then getting killed and bringing her back is fun. Or with Saren doing the same thing, it can work. It's just that maybe it's a little too complex. Like I said, like you see me over there, I'm like looking like forever, like trying to figure out what to do with the twins, because like I know I got to get things out of the way so that I can move them around and I can give them whatever I need to, and then make sure they're not in the clear and open. Because when I was looking at that list, I had to move Saren like almost in front of that wall. So like you easily, if I didn't kill you, you would have had your beast charge Rias, kill her. Then you would have had your caster charge up and kill Saren. It would have been no problem. Like they would have gone down hard
Done that.
with your feet and everything else. Like there's nothing you could do to save them. And that's ultimately what it kind of comes down to with them, is that once they are engaged, you are engaged, and you are going to kill them. Like it's not hard to kill them. Like
No.
I have not, in the games that I play tested and the games where people have beaten me, like killing a twin has never been an issue. Like defense 14, or sorry, defense 6, even defense 16, which sounds like really high. A lot of times people find ways to knock them down. They'll find ways to deviate damage. And when you boost deviated, medium damage, and you can kill them in one shot, like just off the deviation, that's pretty rough. And I joked with Jason also about, like, it felt sort of like Private Request was sort of like joking in the background as they were giving them these abilities or taking things away. They're like, oh, what else can we do to them to make them so bad that like they're trying to make the hardest caster for JVM to like win with. Like that's literally what they're doing. Okay, so like, oh, we're gonna give him one beast point, or oh, we're gonna take away all of Saren's abilities. We're just gonna give her just binding or whatever. We're gonna give like there's with Rias, it's like she doesn't have a way to give her beasts buff on their attacks anymore. Like there's all these things where so don't have dash anymore. She lost abilities as well. She lost sprint. So like committing Rias in, she's committed. There's nothing. I have nothing in my army that can bring her out once she's committed. There's nothing except for the Stinger, who has bushwhack, but she'd already have to be committed at that point. Make some attacks and then walk away. So they're definitely a niche caster, but I don't know that I feel they're as fun. Like individually, they feel like they're more fun than they are together. And I think a lot of people, when they start playing them, are going to feel that way, at least until we see what comes out in the next book. Now, there are a lot of rumors going around that potential character shredder or something. I don't know. Like it'd be nice, but
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that too, though, like I think the Gargantuan will help them a lot too. So we'll have to see. I don't know.
I don't know. The thing that you and I have talked about this before, though, if things come out in this next book that are like make them work better, those things are going to make other casters in your faction work better too.
Mhm.
And the thing is that, especially since they already have the beast with the double affinity, that's going to be their like one really super cool only for them thing that that other things in the faction can take but don't benefit as much from, and everything else like they're going to benefit about as much as any other caster is likely to. So what I feel, having talked with you a lot about it and seen you play a little bit, is just that they don't have anything that sets them apart.
Mhm.
Like Thagrosh, he has something that sets him apart. Both versions. There's a reason you take Thagrosh. When you build a list with him,
Or
you're
Lilith, right?
you're building a list with a purpose. With Lilith, she has a thing.
she's a
Saren
she,
has
yeah.
a thing. Like
Even Rice
there's
has a
there's
thing,
a
right?
reason you build lists with all these casters, and these casters they have this huge variety of spells, so they can handle a lot of different situations. But the thing is that there's nothing about them that is unique enough that I feel that people would even want to reach for
Yes,
them.
and I think what people, especially, and I think a lot, any Legion player watching right now will say the same thing. Anyone who's played with Rice and Saren so far has said like that. I've won games. Here's my list. It did okay, but I don't think this is the list like for
Well, I mean,
them.
it's
And so that's
a
I think that's
highly
a big part.
complex-
Of it.
It's a highly complex caster too. I mean, you look at the system behind it. I mean, it's just like the new Haley 3. Like,
Well-
there's so much that's involved with actually
Mhm.
running, and so many like it's gonna take a lot of these competitive players
Yeah,
But-
a lot.
a lot of playtesting.
Well, I would like to make a counter argument to that though, like real quick, because yes, like Haley 3 is an extremely complicated caster, and having spoken with a couple of like our players here that play Haley 3, like they don't necessarily feel that there's like one thing that Haley like is super good at countering, but they also don't feel like there's anything that like super hard counters her. She's also a very generalist caster.
Mhm.
But the
She's
thing,
very
the
well-rounded.
major difference between the two of them, I think, between Rias and Saren and Haley 3,
Is the fact that Rice and Saren are paper compared
Well,
to Haley 3 as to how
it's
easily you can
it's not
three.
even that, which is also true, but it's that Haley 3 actually offers something. Like she has this really broad toolbox and can handle any situation and isn't like, but she still offers something unique and different. There's a reason to build a Haley 3 list as opposed to building any other caster in there. She offers three she offers 3 spells that other casters in this game already have that are still not seen in Signar anywhere but on her. And those 3 spells alone make her extremely good. She also has 2 other spells that no other caster in the game has to date that also are really unique and powerful and make her worth taking. Like, you build a list, like, and you can count on these spells, and these spells are a reason to build a list. But when you look at, like, Rias and Saren, you're like, all of these spells exist on other casters. None of these are unique. None of these are a thing that, like, with the exception of, like, Onslaught, none of these things is a thing that has not been seen in this faction.
Well, psychic. We don't have psychic vampire and anything else, but like.
But I mean, is that really all that useful?
What's funny
Psychic
is
Vampire can be useful.
Well, I told
really
Joyce
can.
In
I
certain
said-
situations.
I told
It
Joyce, I
really
said,
can be. It
the
can be
Psychic
useful
Vampire was
against-
actually good against Circle. Like
Yeah.
that was the one of the few factions that like it was like specifically really good
and against
for.
Retribution as well.
And- yeah,
if
probably
you,
Retribution
if you
spells,
go
yeah.
against certain mage
The-
hunter
the-
lists
yeah,
and
the guys
things
with
like
the-
I
that.
mean, yeah, it's
Games.
got utility, but you know, like Gareth has Psychic Vampire and Retribution, and
You can't
that
use
does-
Gareth as a you cannot use
that's not
Gareth.
a spell to sell a caster on.
No, but you cannot use Gareth as a
What's
as
his
your
command? What's his command range?
His
Or
control range is 12.
12.
Yeah, he's,
So-
he's a 6.
But my point being that there's nothing about them that really sets them apart, unlike Haley 3. Haley 3 is set apart, even though she's a generalist caster like they
I
are.
wouldn't argue with that, but I would argue the fact that they are an extremely complicated caster. That there might be some synergies out there that people haven't seen yet. Like, it's still too new, God bless you, to really tell that.
I mean-
especially wait and see.
I mean, I
what
hope
the
that-
new book, because obviously there's an end game. Because
Well-
if they come out with Zuriel a year before they
Sure,
ever
sure.
even release
Yeah.
Rias and Saren, obviously they have an end game towards this.
Yeah.
And they describe, when they talk about the playtesting for Rias and Saren, they talk about how they stripped abilities away for a very specific reasons.
Right.
And it's the same thing like what you were talking about with the double teleported stones.
it was kind of weird against Bradius, but then they released Chromac 2, and you're like, all right, that completely makes sense.
That makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So, I mean, there are some things that are like an end game to the Privateer Press. So, I mean, there might be some things coming out in this upcoming book that
True,
that
but
are
I
gonna
just
change that interaction around.
and I hope that
as they stand right now, no, they
I
are
mean,
just weird.
I hope that people do discover some things about them that make them like that. Not necessarily make them like a crazy power caster, but just make them like a unique enough caster that they're worth playing. I hope that things come out that will turn them on more than other casters and give you a reason to really play them over anybody else. I really do hope that happens.
I feel the same way about them, the same way like I feel towards Makeda 3. Well, this is how I love Makeda 3. Like, I love how Makeda 3 works, but I mean, she's such a weird niche caster that it takes a while to actually build up like what you feel is a comfortable battle group and way to play. Once you do, you can really figure out ways to devastate your armies, but it does take a little bit to,
Right.
It took a while for Makeda 3 to actually be out, and people communicating across the boards as, what's this? Now you have the Makeda 3 Brood Squad, and that's what everybody raves about. The Makeda 3 Brood Squad or the Trainwreck Bronzeback Mullet Karn combination.
Mm-hmm.
But without the online communication, like it took a while before Makeda 3 saw that potential. I think that, and some of the things that are coming out for Legion this year, like what he was talking about with their Gargantuan and what it's going to actually do is actually going to help them out quite a bit more.
I have so much trouble imagining how she'll turn a Gargantuan, like how the Gargantuan will be better with them than anybody else. I just have a really hard time imagining that.
Well, it's sort of like bringing the Swamp Gobbers. It's going to give them concealment, or it's going to drop the
Help
defense
protect them
things,
some more.
or and if it drops defense plus the mark for death, you're going to seriously drop defense on things, which is good for the twins because even though they're at 8 and 6, they anything to hit easier is always good.
Well, so I want to kind of talk about a different aspect of them really quick, because you've mentioned a couple times now how you bring like all this support with them because they're like paper thin and they die unless they have all this support to help keep them alive.
Yeah,
I think that the things they did with them, this was a super new thing, having 2 casters, like 2 full actual casters in a unit. Was a new thing for them, and I think they got really nervous and scared, and I think it's like Gargantuans all over again. Because, like, when they came out with the Gargantuans, they're like, oh my god, like, we're going to have these huge base models, and they're going to have, like, 4 Fury, and they're going to be able to do all this crazy stuff. Like, we got to be really careful that we don't make them too powerful. And I think they did the same thing to them, and I think they stripped away too many things. First off, they're 12 Fury. They're 12 Fury caster. There's no reason at all why they should only have 1 beast point.
Yeah.
They are a 12 Fury caster.
Makeda 2 has...
In a faction that has really expensive beasts.
Yeah, Makeda 2, it's the same thing with Makeda 2, man. Or Makeda 3. With her 3 Makeda, she's got 2 beast points. And I mean, she's got 2 beast points for a caster that really needs to run a full beast army.
But the thing is that she is at least only a 7?
6.
She's at least only a 6 Fury caster. The thing is, if you wanted to, you could potentially build a list with just enough Fury to power her. The thing is that for the twins, if you build a list with just enough Fury to power her, you've used almost half the points in the list.
Legion Beasts, I will give you that. Legion Beasts are
Legion Beasts are expensive.
So
the other thing too, though, is that you have to be careful, because if you run your beasts, even where you're like counting, okay, I'm being careful, I've got enough Fury on the field that it's 12. Okay, so when I reave, I'm good, right? Someone goes up and kills Saren, 7 of those points are not coming off the table. That's a lot of frenzy checks.
That's the other thing, is they are also extremely susceptible to having their Fury management messed with. Like, more so than any other caster. The thing is, like, if you start killing off their beasts and they no longer have enough Fury to power themselves, they have 8 hitboxes. They cannot manage to cut themselves for Fury for more than 1 or 2 turns.
If you have Nephilim on the table, Nephilim are not blood creation. They can frenzy.
That's why full battle group. That's why you're going to see more full battle group armies with them.
And maybe that was their idea, but the thing is that Onslaught's a weird spell to give them in that case.
Privateer Press is constantly trying to pull away from from what I've seen, like especially with Hordes, they're trying to get away from the infantry machine.
Yeah,
right.
They are.
But I mean, and while I agree with you that I've seen them moving in that direction a lot lately with all of the factions, both on the War Machine and Horde sides, they're trying to go toward more battle group oriented casters.
Anston Durst on
right
Protectorate.
The thing is though about them is that their spell list does not bear out that they are supposed to be a battle group centric warlock, because their spell list is pretty evenly split between things that will be useful to their battle group and things that will be useful to their warriors.
Yeah.
And
So
they
what
don't
are the
have
wasps?
they don't have so much of.
What are the wasps? Their cost 4 points.
But they're
right?
not. Well, yeah, they're a unit. So like
They're units.
So like
right?
they're the one.
So you can give them stealth. What are your other unit spells?
But you can, but you have to understand though they don't hit hard.
Well-
They're mostly used as like jam pieces.
Well, the thing that is
What are
only
your
going to
other
affect
spells?
that is generally only going to
Augmentation,
affect.
onslaught, which won't affect them. Well,
Exactly.
because they have flight and
There's like a couple of
Flash.
war beasts in that whole faction that don't have Pathfinder or Flight,
Yeah.
and Onslaught will help them. And Onslaught otherwise is a Pathfinder
Yeah.
for their army.
it's for Rice and Sanger. They are their own delivery system. That is what they are designed to do. And I think this is where it gets a little weird, because while most assassination casters are somewhat trappy, because if you get them engaged and they screw up, you're screwed. What they do is they like Rias is designed to protect Saren. Saren is designed to protect Rias. Get them up the field. Saren delivers Rias, loses her. Saren then next turn moves up, brings Rias back, and you get 2 turns with her. That's sort of what it feels like.
The one major flaw I think of that plan is that they have an 8-inch command range,
Yes.
and if you've delivered Rias to an enemy warcaster, that means that you are
8 inches.
at best. Well, no, because you could be 8 inches plus Rias's base size plus 2 inches for her reach. You are at best 11 inches away from that caster.
Still
If you deliver Rias to Chromac and don't kill him, you're inside of Chromac's charge range.
Yeah.
He will I will kill Saren, or I will kill Rias with something, or just throw her out of the way, and then I will charge Saren. And I will just murder her,
Well,
provided I of course don't die.
yeah,
in the process.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because and when I have committed them, I always lose one. I always lose one no matter what. Whenever I commit them, it doesn't. Like I said, it hasn't seemed to matter that they're defense 16 or even 17 with tenacity.
Well, it's
someone will always find a way
8
to hit
hitboxes
them.
is so, and I think what the big missed opportunity here, in my personal opinion, and like we've talked about already, we don't know what's already coming down the pike, and I have pretty good faith in Privateer Press. I don't think they usually release duds. I don't really think that there are more than 1 or 2 duds in this whole game.
Everybody
But anyway-
in Stormform saw that Xerxes 2 was a dud when he first came out. I
Right.
mean, look how well he's done.
But
Apparently, live next to the highway. Just letting you guys know.
But anyway,
And
so
Bradius.
while I trust
Yeah.
while I trust that they probably will be more useful in the future than they look
they
like they are now. And granted, like we've all said, there's not enough playtesting. Anyway, I think the missed opportunity here is to create a caster in that faction that is extremely hard to kill, because it's 2 casters in 2 different places. And what they did is they made a caster in 2 places that's actually sort of easy to kill. But I think that giving them each maybe like 2 more hit points a piece, giving them like another 1 or 2 inches of command range so they can move a little farther away from each other, and then allowing them each to keep one of their defensive abilities.
Yeah, like
if Rias had kept sprint,
Yeah,
and
Rias should have kept sprint.
well, and if
I would not,
Rias
I
had
would
kept
not
sprint
do that.
and Saren had kept force barrier,
Yeah.
right? Now, just imagine 1 more inch of command range, 2 more hitboxes apiece, and sprint and force barrier. Now, their gimmick, the reason you'd want to take them over any other caster in that faction is, I now have like a caster in 2 places that's going to be extremely hard to kill, because I have the one that hangs out in the back all the time that you will have a devil of a time shooting to death, and then I'm going to have the other one that every turn is going to run up, kill things, and run back.
Yeah.
And
That'd be awesome.
That would be a really cool caster. And then probably at that point, maybe their 1 beast point is okay.
Yeah, I would be okay. Like if they had that, I would be ecstatic about the twins right now. But I'm not. Like I said, even talking
only
to
thing
Joyce
that I
after
could
our
say,
game,
you
I'm
know,
just.
I wouldn't know, but the only
Something's
thing that I could argue
missing.
at that point in time is if they did keep something like keep the force barrier and they were to keep sprint on them, and the play testing just went so difficult that where it was just like I can't kill them. I can't absolutely was just like.
Then
fine.
but then you kill their army. That's the thing is, if they kept the exact same spell list, it's not like their spell list enables their army to kill everything in the world. It's you
Yeah.
can't kill that caster, you kill their army.
Yeah.
Just
So-
wear them down.
I was about to ask Joyce a question, but you ran off.
Okay, we can ask when she gets back.
Have we had a lot going on?
Yeah, sorry, we can't. We can
Is
see that
Jason
you're
is
chatting.
Jason still trolling us?
We can't, but we can't chat.
People are are showing up now and they're asking, is there going to be a game? What have I missed?
Yeah, you missed the game.
You missed the game.
The game.
So
The game was that fast.
It will be. The game. Listen. For the people who are watching, the game will be posted on YouTube right after
So,
this. I will post it. It will be available today.
All right. So you've played against Rias and Saren as well.
Yeah.
So let me hear your thoughts, because I don't have a lot of people to talk to that have actually played against it. I've only played against it the one time.
Yeah.
You won that one.
I did.
I was playing Asphyxious 3, and I don't remember what I brought. I know I brought Black
I remember
Banes.
you brought Black Banes. I remember you actually. What's interesting now, I'm thinking about this game. You made almost the exact same mistake that he did, and you overcommitted almost in the exact same direction. Now I think about it.
Okay,
Like,
I remember
the way
what I
that- yeah.
did was, in the beginning for fun, I thought it was really funny. I jammed up Cankerworm next to Saren, I think. I got-
Saren and Zuriel. That's right.
Right. I thought it would be funny only because I could, move 18, 16 inches. It was fun. That wasn't necessarily a good move, but it was fun for me because I've never moved that far. That was a lot of fun with
That was
mobility.
pretty
But that turn, what happened was I thought I could kill stuff. So I put up Carnage. I think I upkept a few spells. And then I tried to move up and tried to bait you into
Yeah, and you did
assassinating.
pop feet, which
Yeah.
was the best thing to do.
But
yeah.
I think what I've learned from that is when I try to do that now, I can't do Carnage. That is a turn I have to sit on everything. If anything, I have to like do Ashen Veil on my own self, and then
that
leave the
would've been
Black
pretty good.
Banes alone. Because you went up there and you were like, oh, I'm just gonna kill your Black Banes with Ashen Veil. Oh, you
Because
don't have Ashen
I did use
Veil
Mark for
anymore.
Death on the Black Banes and started
Yeah.
spraying them. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't care about them anymore, so I was just like, oh, all right. So yeah, I shouldn't. Turns that I pop feet, don't do Carnage, do Ashen Veil or something.
It didn't help that I did knock you down with the
Yeah, I did get knocked down
bolter
too.
as well. That, like I said, it almost
Yeah.
played out almost exactly the same way, except for I did
Yeah.
get Rias up there.
Yeah.
And I was scared to spend focus to buy attacks because you were
I
going to
know.
keep healing. I want to boost a hit, but then when I hit, I want to boost damage because obviously, because getting crits and things like that. But every time I do it, you're healing 3 points and,
Right.
and
Actually,
getting
I
soul.
couldn't heal enough. I was only healing 1 point a
Oh,
turn.
okay.
So I was just like,
Yeah.
oh no.
So it didn't pay off, yeah.
It
but
didn't quite pay off.
it was that was
Yeah.
an interesting game, and I wanted to play
That's
against Gatsby 3 because Gatsby 3 I knew was
Yeah.
Gatsby 3 like Chromac 2 was going to be
Oh, I
crazy
guess,
hard for
I
him.
guess it's true. They both have like Carnage and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mostly they both support casters for their army that can
Yeah.
stand near the front and that can also kill things
Yes.
themselves.
Yeah. So
I want to play that game against you at some point.
Oh God, I don't want to play against Chromac too.
well, I know we probably got to get things wrapped up here just for sake of time and things like that too. But I know a lot of you are asking and thinking like, does this mean CounterSlam is coming back? Obviously, we have everything set up. It's we want to share with you guys kind of what we're thinking in regards to this. Now, if we were looking at coming back, one thing we've discussed is that we're not coming back until after Gen Con. It's going to be after our busy season, after the game season around here. And what we would like to do is 2 things. One, we'd like to do go back to doing it live, similar to what we did tonight. We'll have it a little more fine-tuned, so it'll run a little smoother. We'll have a dedicated person running the cameras again. The other thing is that we are looking at possibly doing a tournament format with additional players, so it won't be just the 5 of us that you normally see. We're probably going to be 4 of us playing, and then 4 people we're going to bring in who are local, who are all very good. And it's not and we may do this again in the future. So yeah, we'll pit one of them against one of us, and then that way we can just be done. We won't have to worry about playing. It'll be a single elimination tournament, and it'll be 8 players.
Still one
so
of
it'll be
us would
7
have-
games.
and that's-
Actually, if it's single elimination and we pair the 4 of us up against the 4 of them at the start and we all lose, that's the tournament, right?
Yeah.
The team just won.
Well, no, that's not gonna be a team tournament. It's still just gonna
Oh,
be
okay.
whoever wins. It's gonna be single players. But yeah. Oh, we could do team games. That'd be fun. No kidding. But we need a lot more players. So, but anyway, so that's kind of what we're thinking about doing. Obviously, like I said, this isn't gonna happen until after Gen Con, but it is something we're looking at doing, and we're in talks with the people who are going to be playing with us. One of the guys that's going to be playing is Tom from Disabled Box Destroyed, which if you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out on YouTube. It's amazing. He does a really funny job with his editing his videos. He's going to be possibly playing with us, as well as the 3 other people that played that story he plays at that are really good, that have played against him on his show as well. So most of us who are playing have played on camera before, and it should be pretty fun. So Of course, later on we may decide to do it again and bring on more people. Like I know I'd like to bring Brad on again because he and I have played. I know Brad's brother has expressed an interest in playing against us, live type thing. So there's a lot more people who we'd like to get into as well. But we think about maybe just starting off doing the tournament, run those 7 games for that little tournament, and then see where we kind of take it from there. But we did get a chance to meet Jose and I did when we went to Adepticon. We got to meet several people who were fans of the show and people who expressed interest in seeing us coming back and things like that. And it really meant a lot to us because I know one guy had even talked to Jose about that he got into Menoth because of Jose, and things like so. It was really cool. I mean, just to get a chance to meet you guys, and it means a lot to us to hear that because we're not necessarily a big name show where you're going to see Jake Van Meter and things like that. Like, not yet because he lives 6 states away, and the other guys tend to live out in the Seattle area. So there's not a lot of, but we can, at least on this tournament series, we can bring in some of the local people who actually do win tournaments here because Tom and Mike and Brent, they're all like really good, and Jim, they're all really good players, and so it would be really good to kind of see what they bring to the table, bring to the show, because you guys can see some amazing lists and probably some amazing games with those lists are played. So we're excited to kind of
active duty roster.
Oh yeah, and it will be ADR for when it's taking place, which of course will be in the round 2 version. So we're going to try and hopefully pick a different faction, so you guys each have a different faction to root for. It won't necessarily be a bunch of people playing Crix, a bunch of people playing Scorn, that type of thing, which could happen, but we're not going to make it do that. So that's our thoughts. If you guys are excited to see something like that, let us know in the comments below. We'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, so I just kind of want to address that because a lot of you guys have been asking, and I know a lot of you guys are probably excited to hear about that. And but we got to shoot a whole new intro. We're gonna need to shoot new versus videos and get a bunch of people talking about their lists. So it's gonna take a little while to get set up, but once we get it set up, it will run probably pretty smooth. So I'm pretty excited for it. And it'll be on Sundays as well. Probably about 5 o'clock is like kind of what we did today.
Won't interfere with Painting with Menoth John or Warmer Stream
or Walking Dead
or
so.
Any of the other shows that we enjoy watching on Sunday afternoons.
Exactly.
Warmer Stream's more on Mondays.
Yeah, they're on Mondays usually, I think. So, but anyway, so yeah, you guys got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, cool. Well, it was awesome getting a chance to hang out with you guys again. Obviously, showing you the games. We had a lot of fun playing. We hope you guys have a lot of fun watching. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the next show of Counterslam.